Hey everyone,
Shit, I love you for loving it,
it's Sunday. I'm gonna put out another video today. I usually put it out the next day because I do it late at night when I'm tired. But how was your day? I'm wildly grateful today. Little Kevin Gates for you. I need you to answer my prayers. I need you to send me a woman who listens, who is not hearing impaired. Alright, I ain't play too much of that. I need some better music for today. But I'm wildly grateful today. My new little t-shirt, I know it looks a little tight, you know. Well, it's not tight, but I'm well endowed. But how was your day? It was beautiful today. I woke up, the sun was shining. Oh my God, I can't wait till spring and summer come into play. So with the sun shining, two of my favorite things, and my new shades, I wore them. I wore these, but I also wore the other ones. I think the other ones were better for the day, but these just match like what I got on for being wildly grateful today. Like, what are you grateful for today? I'm grateful for how the sun was shining today. Shining through my window got me up. Even though I was tired because I worked 5 days in a row, 6 days in a row, 6 days in a row this week. But I was grateful for the sun shining through. I was grateful to be able to put my shades on that I had got myself. And I was grateful to be able to take a drive up to see some family today. And we got to spend a couple hours with them. So put down below what you're grateful for today. What are you grateful? We should wake up grateful every morning, every day. And I know every day we're not grateful. But if you find one thing to be grateful for, how bad could your day be? Really? So with Poetry from My Dreams, that is basically what I mean. Like, we have to dream in reality. Like, not just in our dreams, not just dream and leave it on paper, but we have to dream in reality. Like, we have to be our own conductors, our own driver of our days. Yes, stuff may happen that we may not like during the day, but how do you plan your day? I know we have to work. I know we have to take care of the kids. I know we have to clean the house and do the dishes and wash the clothes. But what have you planned for yourself today? What are you grateful for today? At the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, you should be wildly grateful for something. And the first thing of the day should be that you woke up this morning. You got to see the sun shining today. You got to hug your kids today. You got to see family members and smile and laugh and hug. And I probably said hug, but hug, you can't get enough hugs. But that's all I wanted to say. Just something real short, not long. My videos may get shorter and shorter because then I know what I'm kind of talking about. I may do 2 or 3, 4 or 5 videos a day, depending on how my mood is. But just to touch base with you, I will be, I guess I'm kind of like blogging but I'm not going to blog about, I don't know. I'm just going to blog about how I feel for today. Like what I'm grateful for today, what I love today, what I've done for myself today. This is a loving post. Just put below in the comments what you're wildly grateful for. And another thing that I'm grateful for, because I'm grateful, that was my grateful for at the beginning of the day when I woke up. But now that I'm getting ready to go to bed, something I'm wildly grateful for that has inspired me is I used to write poetry a lot. And I stopped for so many years. Because I guess I felt like in despair. I was blocked. You know, if you have writer's block, I was blocked. I was blocking it because the poetry that wanted to pour out of me wasn't as positive and roses are red, violets are blue type stuff. It was stuff that was real, raw, disrespectful, not godly like. I did write a poem like years ago, and it was about, it was called one day, it was called One Day the Doors Open, or One Day the Doors Open to My Soul, or something to that effect. And it was really good, but I don't know what happened to it. It was really, really good. And it was around the time that, I feel like it was around the time, like, yeah, it was around the time that my brother died. I felt like his death, like, really woke me up. It was like I was in a slumber for years, just going through life, my head down, just going through the motions. I really was. I was just going through the motions with a lot of things. I'll be honest about that. And when my brother died, it just like woke me up to start living life. Well, that I had to live life, because at the same time I was pregnant with my daughter Maya, and she's 8 now. So at a time when I wanted to crawl up in a ball and stay in my bed, so emotional for me, and stay in my bed and not deal with life and give up. I had this little baby inside me, and she was like moving all around. I wasn't eating. I was stressed. And she was like moving all around and remind me that there was new life in there. And that I was responsible for that new life. If I was to die, she was going to die with me. And I'm not saying that I wanted to kill myself or anything like that. It was just that I was in a mode where life was heavy and I wanted to give up. So with that inspired, woke up new life in me. And I had to start living in my reality. That's one of the toughest things, is living in your reality when life is not how you want it to be. But when you start doing that, you doing the work to get your life to be the way you want it to be, to get what you want out of life, I guess I'll say. Sometimes life is not always about material things. They're nice and all, but with your soul being right, your mind being right, your everyday, when you wake up feeling right, that's big. So not to get deep on y'all, because I started off in a positive energy, but yes, I'm writing poetry again, and one of my goals is to actually read it at a poetry reading. So, and I'm actually inspired by some rap artists or trap artists, or they're rap to me because I'm old school. But I guess they're trap artists or trap music. Some of the trap, well, I guess trap music only about drugs, or is it trap music? Is it the rap music of today? See, I'm telling my age right now. But I am inspired by some rap artists because people our age, they just hear rap and it's not for them. But some of the music that my boys listen to, they're in their close to their 20s. I'm listening to the same music. They're like, Mom, how are you listening to this music? Or Mom, like, you're listening to the same music we are? That's weird. But I tell them I'm listening to that music because I hear the poetry within that music, if you know what I mean. The same way, if I read the Bible, when I read the Bible is in a metaphor to me. When I listen to certain music, as far as like rap, and one being in case Kevin Gates, when I listen to a lot of his music or rap music, I hear poetry, and I also get inspired for my poetry. So look out for me to recite one of my poems. I have a few already, but one of them that I started with, which had broke the mold because I didn't write for quite some time, and it was this one poem that was in my head that I didn't write down because it was disrespectful as far as to like the partner that I was with, and I didn't want to write it down, which was weird because I'm like, any of my poems I haven't really recited or said to anyone. But weirdly enough, when I finally sat down at my kitchen counter and wrote it down, it opened up a whole floodgate of all these other poems that are coming forth. And they're coming so fast that I can't even write them all down. But I need to start that. I don't know where they'll lead to. I don't know. I went to a poetry reading in December. No, not December. Was it December? November. Yeah, in November, I went by myself. And I loved it. I loved it so much that inspired me to stop being afraid to get in front of people and recite my poems, which are, some of them are personal, some of them are just day-to-day life, like stuff I dealt with or whatever. But yes, look for me soon to Miss Poetry from My Dreams get up and recite her poems. I didn't want to do it before because my poems were not always poetic. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that shit. Excuse my language. I'm going to do that S-H-I-T. I'm going to do it. I'm going to live life. I'm going to enjoy life. Like, you look at these 20-year-olds and they can explore life. They can test out a lot of things that they're interested in. Like, because they don't have nothing to lose. They don't have bills to pay. They don't have children to provide for. Some of them. But if you have that tenacity where you can just go and just try things, like try piano and try skating and try poetry readings and writing a book, just being inspired to do it. Like, you think about in your 20s, like if you just explored the things that you wanted to do. Like, when I was in my 20s, I didn't do that. Like, I had a kid and I was being responsible. So I did the responsible thing. So I'm living life backwards. Some people probably think I'm having a midlife crisis, but I'm not. I'm a happy lamb. I don't know what a happy lamb is, but I'm happy. And people should not knock people for that. If people are happy and they're not being harmful to anybody, and their children are happy and fine, what should it matter? What should it matter? But I'm not going to hold you long because it's almost 15 minutes and I wanted to be only 5 minutes. But have a good one and love you guys.